quand ça va moins bien. Et c'est quand ça va moins bien, généralement, qu'on a des opportunités de montrer à Krishna, chez la Prabhupada et la Parampara, qu'on désire assimiler cette conscience de Krishna. S'il n'y a pas de difficulté, avec Krishna, ça vient d'ici, c'est pas là-bas plus près. Avec Krishna, c'est mieux là. Okay. Comme une glace, like ice cream. So we are going to read something about Srila Prabhupada is in New Vrindavan, in America. And it was the first project in a farm. So I'm going to read something and comment. It was inevitable that Prabhupada leave New Vrindavan. Letters from London, Los Angeles and San Francisco compelled him to travel. On the day of his departure, the New Vrindavan devotees teased him, saying that he could not go. Kirtanananda Swami was in charge of New Vrindavan. He went so far as to say they would block his way on the road. But Prabhupada corrected him. You can't do that to your spiritual master. So we can see that in Srila Prabhupada time, the devotees were very much attached to Srila Prabhupada. So when we are attached to someone, we don't want that person to leave. It's normal. And they can express that. And Kirtanananda Swami was the leader, He can say something like that. But the duty of the spiritual master is to correct the disciple. Moi, que Srila Prabhupada ici, il y avait une atmosphère très amicale avec les dévots. Et que, comme c'était la Nouvelle Vrindavan, c'était le premier projet important en Israël, très grand. Et on voit que quand on est attaché à quelqu'un, quand on apprécie quelqu'un, on ne veut pas que cette personne s'en aille automatiquement. Alors automatiquement, les dévots voulaient qu'il reste, et la Prabhupada de Kirtanananda Swami, qui était le dirigeant de cette communauté, a été un peu plus loin. Disons qu'ils avaient bloqué le chemin sur la route. Et le devoir du gourou, c'est de corriger son disciple. Et on apprend beaucoup en étant corrigé. Everybody likes to be corrected in life. Yes. Means 5 minutes a day or 10 hours a day. No. Do you like to be corrected? Do you like to be corrected? To be chastised?
Yes.
You like? Very good. Est-ce que tout le monde aime être châtié? Yes.
But depends by whom.
It depends by whom, yes. Yes, this is an important point. If it is Srila Prabhupada,
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada is just going to speak now. My dear Dr. Angel, you are not fully Krishna conscious. Can I help you? Yes, this is the main point. And who can correct in life? There are two persons who can correct us. The parents and the guru.
Guru?
Guru and the parents, father, mother, can correct us. They are the only one authorized, and also the teacher, we can say, like guru, authorized to give correction.
What about the head pujari, the head cook?
They are gurus.
Okay.
It's the tendency when we are in charge of something, or we are senior to something, tendency when we see something that it's not to our liking, or not to our difficult to find a pujari, is the duty of the head Pujari to send message. It's not the duty of the temple president to send message to the Pujari. But yes, in ideal, you know, this means everybody who is in charge must learn to be in charge and do his duty. More easy to say than to do. Yes. But ideally, and when we live together, you know, it's a very big opportunity to learn what is human life, is human being, what are the triguna, what is Krishna consciousness, and what to do in that story. Regarde-moi, la question c'est qu'est-ce qui se passe si mettons le chef Pujari ou le chef cuisinier disent quelque chose. C'est un peu comme des maîtres spirituels, un peu, pas trop quand même. Mais de la même manière que quand on est en charge de quelque chose, on doit toujours savoir en tant qu'assiste ce service-là et automatiquement développer une qualité pour pouvoir s'exprimer. La difficulté, c'est s'exprimer avec la véritable conscience de Krishna. C'est ça la difficulté. Il y a toujours une histoire qui m'a marqué. Une fois, c'était à Paris. Il y avait un sannyasi qui n'est pas actuellement en France, qui était là. Et Srila Prabhupada, dans ses livres, quand il parle aux gens, quelquefois il dit des mots comme rascal, crapule. Et un sannyasi, il a voulu faire 100 kirtans sur Paris. Il ne connaissait pas Paris. Et au porte-à-porte, pas dans la rue. Et au porte-à-porte, quand on sonne, il y a des gens qui nous ouvrent quelquefois. Et on présente la conscience de Krishna. Mais c'est pas tout le monde qui sait comment faire. Alors ce sannyasi, comme la personne ne prenait pas le livre, il traite de crapule. Et ce qu'a fait ce non-dévot par rapport à ça, il a juste donné un coup de poing. Et le dévot, il allait tomber dans les escaliers. Et il a arrêté son kirtan après. Parce qu'on ne peut pas copier. So there is one Sankirtan story that I know in Paris when devotee was a sannyasi, Srila Prabhupada disciple, not French one, and he wanted to do Sankirtan. So he was doing door-to-door in Paris. And one time the person in front of him did not take the book. So he used the word rascal to the non-devotee. Non-devotee just punched him. Even Srila Prabhupada, he used very often the term rascal for the modern scientist also. But he gave instruction to his close disciple not to use that word. Because that's more or less we are all rascal, you know, in different degree. If we are not rascal, we have nothing to do in the material world. Only some special soul like Srila Prabhupada came to the material world as a seva for Krishna. And actually he did not even wanted to come, Srila Prabhupada. Krishna insisted, you need to come and I will help you. In the material world everybody is rascal. But we don't like to hear that thing because it's not so inspiring, let's say like that. So, to correct, actually, I'm going to mention something I can send you, Mangai, because when we want to study Srila Prabhupada's life, we can read the Lilamrta. Many devotees are inspired by Srila Prabhupada, by how he acts. And we can listen his classes. We can see his video, can read his books, we can read a lot of things with Srila Prabhupada. It's amazing, you know? Suppose the classes had not been recorded. Suppose at that time, in 1966, 70, it was not, it was a little unusual that many people were recording at that time. Now, we can record, everything after on YouTube. At that time, it was not like that. So it was really, and Srila Prabhupada was not asking recording, no. He was very humble, he did not ask him. But some devotee was thinking, oh, it's good if we can record, can listen, and now we have access to very big recording. If we want to listen, everything that Srila Prabhupada said is for hours and hours. So thank you very much to the devotee who do the recording. Alors on voit que Srila Prabhupada, il a beaucoup de choses sur Srila Prabhupada ont été enregistrées. Et ça, c'est les disciples de Srila Prabhupada qui ont eu la bonne idée de vouloir enregistrer. C'est pas Srila Prabhupada qui a demandé. Je dis beaucoup de ça. Et on voit que Srila Prabhupada, si on veut le connaître, on a ses biographies. En anglais, on a la grosse. En français, on a le résumé. Et en ukrainien, we have a full biography. Only the small one. Et on voit que, mais si on veut s'approcher un peu de comprendre Srila Prabhupada, si on écoute ses classes, si on lit ses livres, si on regarde les vidéos, si on regarde ses lettres, on aura une idée de Srila Prabhupada. Et je suis actuellement en train d'écouter les classes de Srila Prabhupada depuis le début, sur la Bhagavad Gita. Et là, je suis au chapitre 7. Et le premier verset du chapitre 16, Srila Prabhupada, il a fait environ, enfin ce qui est enregistré, 25 classes sur ce verset, 7.1. Et il fait très souvent référence à ce verset 7.3. Parce que dans la littérature védique, il y a une manière d'écrire. On ne fait pas dans la littérature occidentale. C'est que le premier verset et le dernier verset, le premier verset, c'est pas l'introduction, c'est la thèse. Le dernier verset, c'est la conclusion. Alors si on veut lire les livres de Srila Prabhupada rapidement, ceux qui prennent pas beaucoup de temps, on va lire le premier verset et le dernier verset. Et si on veut lire encore plus rapidement, on lit le début de la teneur et portée et la fin. Parce que les teneurs et portées de Srila Prabhupada, c'est des dissertations védiques. Alors, on a la thèse. En français, on a la thèse, antithèse, synthèse. Ça. Dans la culture védique, on a et tout, on a la raison. Après, on a deux choix. Soit on a des arguments. Après, il faut contrecarrer ça avec des exemples, des analogies, et après conclure. Ou alors, si on utilise le système qui est plus facile, le Gautama, c'est là, on a la thèse, après on va dans le sens de la thèse. On explique avec la thèse qu'est-ce qui se passe dans la société. On applique la thèse à la société moderne. Après on trouve des exemples personnels, des exemples de la société. Et après on conclut. Ça c'est la manière de faire les dissertations védiques. Et Srila Prabhupada fait ça dans cette rapportée. Si vous sont intéressés par ça, je peux vous donner des exemples où il fait vraiment ça. Et il y a cinq aspects. Alors, ça c'est pour dire les droits humains. So, if today, since a few days, I am listening Srila Prabhupada teaching on Bhagavad Gita. I started from the beginning, and I am in Canto 7, in chapter 7, verse number 1. And what is recorded in the folio is about 25 classes on this verse. We don't have any every verses. This means that Srila Prabhupada, when we are traveling, going to one temple, he was giving the class. And he selected verses to give class. So many verses, there is no class of Srila Prabhupada, but he selected. And we can see that when the one canto was translated, Srila Prabhupada was very often speaking about the canto was translated. That is why, and when we see sometimes classes and beginning of the movement, sometimes classes and 77 before leaving his body, so we can have some idea about the importance of the team that Srila Prabhupada was developing in his classes. So in that verse, 7.1, he mentioned very often about 7.3. And 7.3 is Manu Lilamrta Sresu. So translation is like that. What would I say in English? No? It's like amongst thousands of persons, thousands of men, actually. Maybe one can reach perfection. And amongst thousands of people who have perfection, maybe one can know me in truth. This Krishna is speaking. Dans ce verset, les classes de Srila Prabhupada que je suis en train de lire, c'est le 7, chapitre 7, verset 1. Et il parle beaucoup du verset 3. Manu Lilamrta Sresu, ce verset explique parmi des milliers de personnes, un seul peut-être atteindra la perfection, parmi des milliers de personnes qui atteignent la perfection, peut-être un, en vérité, me connaîtra. And in one class that I was listening a few days ago, Srila Prabhupada was using a different presentation that I always use. Usually Srila Prabhupada was using the presentation amongst thousands of people, one can become a devotee. And amongst thousands of devotees, one is going to know Krishna in truth. This is generally the main translation. But in one class, Prabhupada was using another presentation. He said, amongst thousands of people who have a human body, maybe one is going to act as a human. And he said, because a human person is following Varnashram. Animals don't follow Varnashram, but humans are following. So he was saying like that. And that class, he was giving that class in 1933 in Calcutta, in India. That's usually, especially in West Bengal, people have some education. And it was in 73. And after in the class, he was developing the fact among thousands of persons, if one follows Varnashram, is a human. Now, okay, as a human it's a good thing. Now, the next step is to follow Karmakanda, is to follow the Veda. And after, to come to understand what is God, who are we, what is the relation, is Jnana Yoga. And after meditation, and Jnana Yoga, amongst Jnana Yoga, what is the goal of life, and after Bhakti Yoga. So he was using that presentation, Srila Prabhupada, in that class. And I was meditating in that class and I was saying that it's very important to go the step to come to Bhakti Yoga. Sometimes we in the West, we say, okay, yes, I'm going to the temple, yes, I'm a devotee, I'm saying Radha Govinda Madhava, or I am living 7 years, or I have initiation. If I have initiation, yeah, second initiation, I'm a pure devotee. Actually, I have been to Africa a few times, and when I was in Africa 5 years ago for teaching Bhakti Shastri, when a person has a second initiation, he was considered like Uttamadhikari. And devotee were doing Dandavat. I said, no. because Srila Prabhupada actually said, second initiation means Madhya Malikari. First initiation can you start, second, but it's very, very advanced. You know? Srila Prabhupada said many things, you know? Sometimes too many, you know? For us to digest. You know? So it means that how to myself, I ask myself very often that question. Srila Prabhupada is here. It's not a statue. It's not exactly like here, installed deity, but it's not a statue. You know? This is why we are giving garland, this is why we are putting, when for chanting the japa, we are chanting the cloth. So what's happened? If Srila Prabhupada who is here, is going to speak now. He's going to get out of this yasasana and speak and see the situation in France, for example. What he's going to say? What are we going to accept, to digest? you know? So it is why with that type of meditation, I understand that we need to go to find our place in this life. And this is called Varna Shratana. Srila Prabhupada said first Varna. So if we are finding our Varna, we have no money problem. No. Money problem is for people who don't know their Varna. Because a person with a Brahmana does not need so much money. Just need a place and books. A Kshatriya does not need money, he does not beg. He just protect people and in exchange people donation. It's normal. Vaishya is just taking care of cows and land. There is enough with 1 hectare of land people can live according to Vedic tradition. And Vaishya who are business people, they just need to do business. They don't need to go to school to make business. It's in the blood. And give donation to maintain. And Shudra person, I need just to assist. Shudra don't need money. It's better Shudra has no money, because they don't know how to use money. Most of the people who have money in the world, they don't know how to use. So they have credit. They are, wanted to have many things, no money, so they go to the bank. My dear sir, yes, my dear sir, I can give you money with some interest. And it's the world is really managed in such a way that many people are suffering because they don't. When we have children, they don't need money. They can ask, yes, I want this. Christmas, I want that. But the parents care. In the same way, the Moral Invasion must care about the children. In a loving way. And like Srila Prabhupada disciples were attached to Srila Prabhupada. Can you imagine in Vrindavan it was very austere? I think most years in New Mayapur. The beginning, no road, nothing. And Srila Prabhupada did not say, oh yes, I'm going to give you money, you can go to the supermarket and buy food. No. You need to produce food. And they have one cow, I think it was Kalindi, in Vrindavan. So this is to indicate that Srila Prabhupada, when he took that verse among thousands of men in Sanskrit language, all of us here, we are Pashugnat. Pashugnat means we are animals with 2 legs. This is our definition. But to become a human being is different. We have a human body, but to be a human being is different. And Srila Prabhupada was saying that class in Calcutta. There are some devotees from West Bengal here? No, you don't look like Bengali. Bengali? Yes.
My parents are Bengali.
Yes, we are very fortunate. Bengal is the cream of India. It is why it is mainly in West Bengal that the Acharya is coming from. The Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is from Mayapur that love of God is going to be spread from Mayapur, from Yogapit. It's a very special place, Bengal and West Bengal. So, yes, Prabhupada, sometimes it is good to see how Srila Prabhupada is presenting things in a different way. Different audience, different ideas. But so helping living entities to understand Krishna consciousness. Yes. We are very fortunate actually to be in touch with Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada books, biography, Srila Prabhupada deity. We're sending the picture of the deity every day in darshan. We're sending the daily darshan. It's I don't. It is a devotee with maybe a Eastern European name. You know, I don't know. Yes, she was sending, and since a few days I am in the group. And she was sending very nice devotee of the deity, you know, Mangalarti and after, and Govinda. And I sent a message to her, I said, but you forget to send a picture of Srila Prabhupada. But without Srila Prabhupada, we don't have deity. It's simple. We don't have deity. Without Srila Prabhupada, we don't have New Mayapur at all. With Srila Prabhupada, we have no, we don't know each other. You know? So it means, yes, it's important to understand that what we get is through the mercy of Krishna and related through the mercy of his pure devotee. Without Srila Prabhupada, we have nothing. Without Srila Prabhupada, we don't know how to put tilak. Most of the even the Indian people living outside India, without Srila Prabhupada, they are becoming really rascal. You know? Means eating meat, not doing any nonsense. You know? Srila Prabhupada has the power to awaken our life. You know? So it is why, and it is not. He did not ask recording. He did not ask to be put in the front. When he came to Paris, the devotees they made a big Vyasasana, you know. And one Frenchman in the back, you know, the student, they say, yes, who are you? Why you are in a elevated position? And in France it's like that, especially if you speak French. You know? So Srila Prabhupada said after, yes, put me in a simple chair. No problem. So it's in the pure devotee, he has a different way to do the things. He adjusts, and he wants to help your full humanity to make progress. Full humanity, not only his disciple. So it's good to meditate on Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada instruction, Srila Prabhupada mood, Srila Prabhupada inspiration for becoming closer to Krishna consciousness, if we wish. Prabhupada said one time that Krishna consciousness starts when we have two things. when we understand the importance of Krishna consciousness, and when we understand it is urgent. Sometimes, people they say, yes, I'm very busy, I have no time for Bhagavatam. When I'm going to become old. But when people become old, they don't change. And sometimes, devotees, when they are becoming retired, they say, yes, I'm going to Prabhu, I'm going to go to India, I'm going to be active for Prabhupada mission. No, they don't change. And when people are sick, it's a big problem after. I know some devotees in France, they cannot even come to Mayapur because they are too sick. Or when they are in a couple, in a family, one is too sick. So, myself, I'm 70, I'm the old people now. But I have many, I know many devotees in France, and they don't come. Because to come here to take the car, or train, or bus, to come to Châteauroux, to ask somebody to come, it's a big deal for many old people. Devotees, initiated devotees. Some are Prabhupada disciples, some are just after Prabhupada. Because it is said in we need. So it is if we take Krishna consciousness more urgently, it's better. When Maharaj Parikshit, he had 7 days to live from the Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada explained, we don't know. Maybe we don't have 7 days to live. What are you going to do? You have 1 day to. Tomorrow, Monday, 8 o'clock, you are leaving your body. What are you going to do now?
Pray.
Yes, you, Mangali. Yes. No, you.
Oh, me. Pray.
Pray who? To pray to which person?
Krishna.
Krishna.
Cry.
Are you going to pray with more sincerity?
Yeah, like my life depended on it.
Yes. Là, je vais traduire en français, c'est important. Je posais la question, qu'est-ce qu'on allait faire si Maharaj Parikshit il avait que 7 jours à vivre, mais si nous, il faut avoir l'esprit qu'on peut avoir moins de 7 jours, alors je poserai cette question à cette dévote, qu'est-ce qu'elle fera si elle a 1 jour à vivre? Demain, 8h, lundi, finish life. C'est tout près. Ils ont prié avec sincérité, avec tout le monde. Alors normalement, on est supposé chanter les tours comme ça. Normalement. Pas facile à faire. Parce que c'est pas facile d'être concentré. Pas facile d'être intense. C'est pas facile. On est intense quand on a une grande peur. Peur de la mort. Par exemple, quand on est dans un aéroport et qu'il y a des problèmes avec l'avion, on est intense. Il faut que je trouve le bon avion, les bagages sont là, je veux dire, on va pas perdre les bagages. On est intense quand il y a des difficultés. Et c'est pour ça que les premiers dévots, leur vie était intense. C'est pour ça qu'ils avaient cet abandon à Krishna. Il y avait des gros scandales aussi. Il y avait cet enthousiasme. Donc on peut utiliser un peu ce qu'on sait, la conscience de Krishna, des expériences des dévots anciens, ou des situations anciennes, comme le Bhagavad ici, pour augmenter notre intensité. Et ça se fait par les deux choses, voir les choses importantes et voir le côté urgent. Non, c'est pas demain. Il ne faut pas remettre, en français on dit, il ne faut pas remettre au lendemain ce qu'on peut faire le jour même. In English it is there is a French saying, don't if you have something to do, don't say you are going to say that thing tomorrow. Say today. But for that we need to have intensity. Yes. And it's the difficulty. Sometimes we are less intense. We are relaxing. But to relax, we can relax being intense. There is a thing. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, we need to find a balance between work and recreation. And when we know more our varna, recreation is connected to our service. If we don't know our varna, recreation is connected with more sense gratification. And we see Srila Prabhupada, he was so externally very busy, translating books, preaching to devotees, managing with the money in the beginning, managing the DBC, not easy to manage the DBC, and always answering letters. Now we have WhatsApp, we have a phone. Sometimes you send a message to a devotee don't read, does not answer. So Srila Prabhupada was writing. And everybody will receive a letter from Srila Prabhupada. They keep that letter very preciously. It is their instruction. So it means that Srila Prabhupada was just pure Krishna consciousness. Only that. So it's a long way to go. But there is only one way. But there are two ends the same way. So we just need to get the right end. Krishna consciousness or Maya consciousness. Real Krishna consciousness or shadow Krishna consciousness. This is the difficulty. Because everything is explained in the book to study. So, yes, I'm going to say in French. So, en français, il n'y a qu'un seul chemin, en fin de compte. Il y a deux extrémités. Un côté, il y a Krishna, un côté, il y a Maya. Et c'est juste à nous de choisir et de développer l'intensité pour arriver à ça, pour devenir un Krishna. And now, if Ganga is allowing me, I want to invite Sasha, this devotee here, to present something about education in Ukraine. Yesterday, they are speaking in my place in Ukraine. Yesterday, in morning time, we had my house is very small, but I have at least two rooms. We were having two Bhakti Shastri same time. There were students for Bhakti Shastri in Ukraine, and they start in time, 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock French time. And I was teaching Bhakti Shastri with Devarsi, in English for devotees from Mongolia. So we were, and actually, Sasha is one of my friends, I know him quite well, but what they do in Ukraine is quite exceptional. War or not war is not a detail. What they do for education, education of the devotee, Lilamrta, congregation, it's very inspiring. And if it is possible, maybe Sasha can say a few words about that, because it's he knows the situation. He's a student in Bhakti Shastri, his family is in Ukraine, and he's under Vika Rai Mataji permission. Je vais inviter Sacha à parler sur ce niveau d'Ukraine, sur un peu le système d'éducation en Ukraine, parce qu'il est, il est étudiant du Bhakti Shastri, en ligne ou en réel, ça dépend s'il est en Ukraine ou pas. Et en Ukraine, même s'il y a la guerre actuellement, c'est un détail par rapport à la conscience de Krishna. Et il a une expérience sur le terrain. Et de voir que les dévots là-bas mettent beaucoup d'accent sur l'éducation, la congrégation, la mata, bhakti vriksha, c'est énorme ce qu'ils font là-bas, de partager un peu son expérience là. Veux-tu venir? Je te laisse la place.
Sorry, no.
Il veut pas parce qu'il veut le
Hare
connaître.
Krishna. Thanks, Devarsi Prabhu. It will be very brief. So it's not really program. But yes, I here just for 2 days and just a trip. I'm Ukrainian in my origin, but I live in France for 30 years almost. But I feel very, very strong attachment to my country and to my yatra when I met devotees some many years ago. I have a profession that I need to be very far from devotees. Okay, it's very difficult to practice and very difficult to maintain yourself in a nice consciousness. It's a very strong difficulty sometimes. And when I come back time to time to my home, so I can refine my friends, devotees, and I see how they progress and how the community is fine and inspiring. So a few years ago I decided, okay, I have to start everything from very beginning. And I was not alone. So I started with bhakti courses, and I find even all devotees in bhakti courses. And in Ukraine, the Vaishnava Academy is quite powerful. There are some few thousands of students. So before war, we had 48 yatras, about 42 temples. But now some temples are destroyed by bombing, and many yatras are disappeared or moved in the other place of Ukraine. And many devotees migrated outside of Ukraine. But in the same time, what is interesting to see that a number of students in Vaishnava Academy rise, and the number of guests in the temple, in the main temple of Kiev, increased, especially for new-coming devotees. So the situation, from this point of view, would say progressing. And today we have 18 groups of Bhakti Shastri. Each group is about 30 students, and many thanks. And all groups are working simultaneously online and no thanks. Yes, so even people who are outside can follow. People who are in place can join groups in presence. So, and they do service in the temples in the same time. So there is a order. So there is a service, there is a teaching, there is everything at the same time. And is continuously progressing year by year. Bhakti courses, it's first at the beginning. After with the diploma we can join Bhakti Shastri. After Bhakti Shastri there is a continuous program for 10 years approximately, and it's the same way of teaching as in Mayapura in India. So a very, very similar program. So what I would say that today in my group I find devotees who practice in 30 years already, or even more, but sometimes they repeat courses because it's a sadhusana. So we remind and we see differently Prabhupada's teaching, and even more courses. There are some part of courses we can go a little bit deeper even is to learn also how Srila Prabhupada composed his comments and his purports, his way to present, his way to bring this knowledge to us. It's very interesting process, and many experienced devotees now can teach others, and they are progressing as well. The war outside, sometimes yesterday, for example, we had one stop because of air alert, because of rockets and drones, but in the same time, after, our teacher remembered that Srila Prabhupada in Bombay, so when they had bombing also the war, here is a Krishna in the bomb. So it's a Kalarupa. So we can have a fear of Kalarupa, and probably we can accept it as a Krishna. So the people can do it, and not only like theoretical knowledge, but like reality. So today you have many devotees in the war with arms, yes, like soldiers. So people find their place there. Another Food for Life is strongly progressing, and so many new people join Food for Life program because it's just today's need, and Vaishnava Academy growth up, and people even doing simple service wants to learn, and there is a possibility for it. It's a free, there is no question of money, so it's not a commercial project. Is completely free. Vaishnava Academy works with donations, but there are thousands of students today. And I don't know exact statistics, but when I joined 3 years ago to restart from very beginning, it was about 2,000 students. Now I think it's double in general for all Vaishnava Academy activity. So it's what I wanted to share, is what Devarsi Prabhu asked me.
Can I ask you one question? So what kind of courses do you do in the Vaishnava Academy? Can you give examples?
Bhakti Shastri is a classical Bhagavad Gita teaching with essay, with the controls, with the shloka learning. After is Nectar of Devotion. Shri Ishopanishad is a very classical set for 1 year, little bit more.
Okay, so it's just Bhakti Shastri you do?
It's like a Bhakti Shastri now, but to join Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti courses is just the basis. It's like a position of disciple in ISKCON, main principles of Prabhupada's teaching, and main basis of Vaishnava philosophies, and different sampradayas, history, so the history of sampradayas, main basis to start from. Normally after these courses, so you can continue more specialized courses, but Bhakti Shastri is also like a basis, but little bit the second level. It's also for 1 year, and after there are Bhakti Vaibhava is for 5 years, and in parallel more advanced students can start Chaitanya Charitamrita as well. So there is a complete courses for 10 years today, and I know probably 10 person. Now they are somewhere at the 9th year, 10th year, almost in the end. Yes, but it's a process. But many people just do some pause for 1 year for Bhakti Shastri and restart again. So in our group there is one person doing Bhakti Shastri already 5th time. It's a 68 years devotee. Yes. It's helped me to maintain in the process. So it's Satusana, and he has also always many questions. So it's like that. It's a nice community. It's a nice association. It's a nice opportunity to be in the process. Otherwise, you lose 1 week, 2 weeks somewhere, and your consciousness it just goes down, goes down, goes down. And here you know this Saturday you have to prepare something, you have to do control, you have to find a time for shlokas to remind some shlokas. Yes, and again 4 hours of very, very intense katha. I think now we can find many online courses here like that. It's really helpful to maintain consciousness. It's a healthy situation. It's a what?
Il y a une question.
Yes.
En français.
Oui, en français, pas de problème.
Sacha, bonjour. Oui, moi j'ai beaucoup suivi la guerre depuis le début à la télévision sur LCI. Bon, en ce moment on en parle moins parce qu'il y a des événements en France avec le gouvernement. Mais alors, est-ce que le fait qu'il y ait des soldats combattants, est-ce que ça, ce que j'ai entendu surtout qu'on disait qui était admirable, c'est le moral des combattants ukrainiens. Bon, je sais qu'ils sont très croyants, hein, ils pratiquent, bon, mais apparemment comme les dévots c'est pas mal développé. Est-ce que ces combattants qui sont sur le front, ça aide mentalement les soldats ukrainiens à tenir le coup? Et est-ce qu'il y a des dévots qui sont à la guerre, qui vont visiter et parler à des combattants ukrainiens sur le front?
Donc,
En anglais.
I can do both. Une partie, il y a pas mal de dévots, à peu près une cinquantaine, et qui sont à la guerre aujourd'hui, physiquement, aux tranchées. Et il y a les autres groupes de dévots qui aident ces dévots, parce qu'il faut la nourriture végétarienne, prashadam offert, etc. Et donc, il y a toute association de Food for Life et qui ne sert pas uniquement aux soldats qui sont sur le front, mais aussi à la population qui est près de ligne de front, et aux soldats aussi. Donc, la conscience de Krishna reste très très active à ce niveau-là. It's as I explained that it's not only the devotees who are really with their arm in the battlefield. It's also the Food for Life program for these devotees, because they need prasadam to eat. They don't eat food for other soldiers, but it's also to help for the local population close to the battle areas, and it's 1,300 kilometers of the battle line. So it's a very, very long. So not enough of devotees to do enough services normally. But devotees who are soldiers, they are situated locally. They know where they are, and other devotees help them to maintain they practice even in these conditions. So they explain that they have enough time for japa. So normally, and they do kirtans sometimes with other people who are not devotees, but who can play guitar, who can play other instruments, and it's like to improve I would say mood, because it's very difficult to keep a nice mood when you have this strong situation. So it's became a normal life for many people. Je ne sais pas si j'ai répondu à la question.
Une dernière question, puisque nous en France, depuis un mois, avec ce qui se passe au niveau du gouvernement, enfin, des affaires internes de la France, on ne parle plus de la guerre en Ukraine, sauf qu'on dit que bon, Zelensky serait prêt à parler sous la pression des Américains, de parler avec les Russes. Quel est le moral dans la population et où on est le front actuellement?
Là, je ne saurais pas dire parce que je n'ai pas de la source directe. Donc, j'ai toujours des amis et peut-être 5 membres de ma famille qui est aussi à la guerre. Donc, je peux juste juger par rapport à ça. C'est difficile de parler moral. Donc, c'est un peu il y a l'espérance et puis il y a les devoirs. Les gens suivent leurs devoirs. Voilà, je dirais plutôt ça. Est-ce qu'ils le ressentent comme devoir? It's as I said, that it's very difficult to say about some mood of the people there. I am not there at the moment. But what I say that from one point of view is people they just do their duties. So who are feeling some duties, these duties people trying to do. It's probably the general situation. So sometimes we can say, okay, the mood is not very high level, it's a disappointment or something like that. Not. I think people just try and do their duties.
Yeah, so they are following Varna. Now we need to stop to go to the Prashadam because it is the time. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. From Ukraine ki jai. Attends, je te le donne.
Non, 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 non.
Non, je te donne pas.
Là.
Non.
Si vous avez des associations, moi, je vais participer. J'ai entendu parler.